Yes, the sounds of Captain Dan and the Scurvy Crew. Blackbeard's Treasure, probably the best track in my honest opinion. You can download that for free. MySpace.com/Captain Dan, head over there. And we have, of course, CDs to give away, courtesy of Captain Dan and non-existent records. This is the last time I'm going to announce this. After this, you have 1 week, due to popular demand, to get your stuff in. I want your best pirate impression. Send it to themurloc@gmail.com. Record it on your mic. I don't care what the quality's like. Do your best pirate impression. Send it to themurloc@gmail.com with the subject line, "Where is their RP?" Yeah, my pirate impression sucks. Yours could be better and it could win you a prize. So, I have 9 minutes left before the mighty Octail and Hordak take over. Quite literally take over, I might add. I wouldn't mess with them. So, what do we got? Well, I've got a quick reminder. Dig the shows, people. As you might be aware, the way dig.com actually works, it's an awesome promotional tool. But if you don't dig anything for 2 weeks, your previous dig disappears. But it reappears if you dig something else. So the best thing you can do is log in every week when I put a new show up, or when we put a new show up on WoW Radio, and dig it. I know your digs will stay there. We've dropped quite a few digs because of that, which kind of sucks, and I'd like to be a little bit higher. So go do it. Check out our shows page, wcradio.com/shows. Register for dig, it takes all of 20 seconds, and dig the shows. Oh yes. Nice and easy, helps promote the station, and we will love you for it forever. Right. I have my last topic of the day. And this is what I would like to call my
second wind
for next week. This is what I will be continuing on next week. A second wind for this week. I'm going to cover it briefly, get some food in your brain, and then you can think about it over the week and email me with some answers for next week. Isn't it awesome? It's like that kind of whole user content thing where I get the audience involved and there's all happy kittens and everyone sounds... yeah. Anyway, second win for next week. That was, of course...
second win!
Just because I really like the sample. Anyway, second win for next week. Crafting. Very, very general area. Now, here's some things I'd like you to think about. This is your homework for next week. I'd like you to think about, to what extent has legacy crafting, and I'm using that word again, as in pre-TBC, anything below 300, to what extent has that been abandoned? Now, is there a disparity between low-level jewel crafting and its usefulness and low-level stuff in other professions? Because, for instance, in jewel crafting, you can craft things which are actually quite nice. Good stuff for alts. Not just good stuff for alts. Good stuff for lower-level players. And then when, of course, you get to level 300, you can start cutting gems and all that good stuff. Now, is there a disparity between the two? Is jewel crafting more useful? Is jewel crafting less useful? Is jewel crafting just about as useful or useless pre-300? Now, as regards to crafting in general, do you think that they could have done more to revitalise crafting? Now, you can look at crafting right now, you can say, yeah, there's some really good stuff with crafting. Say, that tanking weapon, the Fire Guard, which can be upgraded. Stuff like the Lionheart Blade. That stuff can be upgraded as well. There's a lot of upgradable stuff and stuff that's craftable, which seems to be quite good. But have we just gone back around to the days of the Arcanite Reaper? The days when you could craft stuff, which was pretty good, until people got into Molten Core and then realised, oh yeah, I can get the Spinal Reaper. Or I can get the Obsidian-Edged Blade, or any other number of things which are really unpleasant and kick the living snot out of the Arcanite Reaper. So, have we returned back to that particular world? Is it just going to be a case of, yeah, all this craftable stuff's pretty good for a while, but then it's just going to go out the window when you get raidable stuff? Is that acceptable? Now, they've done some fundamental changes, like specialization, particularly with alchemy. The way that alchemy works, you can specialize in elixirs, potions, and transmutes, if I remember correctly. And if you specialize in transmutes, you get a chance of getting more for your money. If you specialize in, like, elixirs and all that kind of thing, you can get more for your money there. And you can also have a chance of unlocking some recipes completely at random. Is that random system good? Do you agree with it? I mean, I quite like it, but then again, I'm not an alchemist, and I no doubt I'm not going through the frustration of trying to get these recipes just through pure pot luck, rather than through actual effort expended. Understandably, that's a bit of a sore point with crafters right now. I can certainly see why. What about enchanting? Enchanting is pretty much the same as it always was. only it's even more expensive to do it. I'm still trying to level my enchanting up, and I was 300 enchanting before the Burning Crusade, and I'm only at 350 now, and it's obscenely expensive. Good lord. It really is. Is that acceptable? Why on earth have they not put in scrolls yet that you can enchant and sell on the auction house so you don't have to stand around Ogrimmar for 3 hours trying to peddle your wares to people who said, well, you're only just clicking a button. I'll give you the mats and you can do it for free. How about I don't do that and I actually prefer to keep it as a trade skill rather than as a charity giveaway to you, you annoying little bastard skill? Yeah. What about that? What about the way Primal Nether works? This mystical BOP material that appears in heroic and high-end instances. What about the fact that most of the recipes now involve you getting reputation? All the flasks, if you want to reroll alchemy, now to get flasks, you've got to go and get these huge amounts of rep with various different factions. Is that acceptable? Is it not? It's an interesting situation. I will expand on it in next week's show. Email themurloc@gmail.com with your opinions. I have 3 minutes and 45 seconds for shout. You will PM, you will email me right now. Right now, I tell you. Just do it. So get your shouts in to me, themurloc@gmail.com, or PM me on IRC. And of course, you will get your shout out. Now I have a shout out right here. Shout out to the 4 of us in Default Riders who downed Edwin Van Cleef with a Druid Tank level 15, Priest Healer level 16, Shaman level 16, and Warlock level 18. Those are Druid, Kosapaki, Kura, and Capiban on Scarshield Legion. P.S. Only Vent Good Organisation saved us from certain death, as the Druid Tank was wearing full grey gear. Lol. Oh, good lord. A shout out to Dingo Tar, level 70 Orc Warrior on the Hellscream. Hey TB, this is my first time live listening. I would like to say great show. I would like to have a shout out to my guild Stinky Monkey Finger, oh good lord, on Hellscream EU. Grants to Pickle for completing the run to 70. She's an awesome GM and helps keep us together and mildly sane. Mildly sane indeed. A shout out to someone special. Hey TB, can you please get a shout out to my wonderful girlfriend Shannon, aka Angel, who's been sitting with me listening to your show. Oh, how sweet. I know you don't normally get shout outs like this. Sadly, no. I know for a fact that there's loads of people that actually sit around and do that, but I never get shout-outs like that. Give me more shout-outs like that, damn it. I know you don't normally get shout-outs like this, but can tell you I love her and I'm glad she chose me. Keep up the good work. That's from Matthew, a.k.a. Grondus, level 61 Hunter on Grimbatol EU. How sweet. And shout-out to Luku the Belfadin, and now happily blasting towards level 32, and his fiancée. Oh, well done. Congratulations, Ina. A shout out to Werner Bugel on Rune Totem EU, Umkin for the win. Snorky Yoki shout out. Shout out to the RP community on Steam Wheel Cartel, EU RP realm, and to the Ruin Battle Group. Don't send me DCC chat, I will stab you in the face. IRC just went boom. Shout out to Masan, Ice Crown US, level 70 Paladin, for getting my epic flying mount, /flex/sleep. Good lord. If you're going to name 3 different types of food as 25-man raid boss encounters in WoW, what foods would it be? Jaffa cakes, lime Jaffa cakes, and blackcurrant Jaffa cakes. That's all you need to know. Cheers for reading out my shout-out mates from Dingatar. What else we got? A shout-out to my imp named Gelpad. I have screenshots. That's from EO. A shout-out, by the way. Arcane needs to be in Kitty stealing jail for stealing my kitten. Slap him for me, TBO, and shout out for Thunderhorn EU and Cake Guild. What are you people on about? You're insane. A shout out to the Hellfire Reapers on Airy Peak. That's from Larvik. A shout out to Bladescope on Ventureco for being greater than Shervan. That's a level 70 Alliance rogue. And can I have a shout out to PG on Terminus, who will beat Morose again? It isn't hard, guys. Fight, fight, fight. Yes, that's from Wolfos. TB, can I have a shout out for Toasterbot, the Warlock, on Bloodhoof, who dinged 70 this weekend from Vortex, the Gnome Lock. A shout out to Crimson Circle Guild on Silvermoon EU, and to Metal! You love Metal, that's from Rise Bane. A shout out to Pirates of the Caribbean for having Karazhan and Gruul's Lair on Farmstats and having the Serpent Shrine, that's from Rygar. Congratulations to you. A shout out to me for being 25% until I ding 70, that's from... Stop that microphone, you ill-behaved little mollusk. Until I ding 70. That's from Jamro of Ravencrest. Shout out to Ariana for including my name at the beginning of Blue Please. That's from Mittens. Actually, that was me, but there you go. A shout out to Terry's Chocolate Orange Love Beastie. Or Terry's Chocolate Orange Love Beastie. I'm scared. I'm off. Octel and Horde coming up next. Listen to our podcast, download our shows. It's all good. WCRadio.com. Dig our shows. Donate to our station. Get on our IRC channel. Post on our forums. Dance a merry jig. Octel and Horde coming up right now. This has been Blue Please. I've been Total Biscuit. Enjoy.